I'm Lee Judges, I'm an Arsenal fan. This is Midnite Boxed In. I'm surrounded by 11 fans and they are going to argue with the statement that I'm going to make.
No. Wait there.
That was easy, that one. I believe the North London derby, Arsenal versus Spurs, is the biggest derby in the world.
I'm Alex, big Liverpool fan. Lee, Mr. Judges, when you say biggest, do you mean best?
Biggest and the best, and I'll tell you why. Right? I just said in this before we come on here, biggest in the Premier League, no one wanted to argue with me, so I've had to make it the world to get an argument.
Oh, you're wrong.
You, like. It's not your lot, is it, Liverpool and Everton? Because at the end of the day, you rather have a rivalry with Man United. Chelsea, well, they have a rival with Fulham. You know what I mean? Manchester City, Manchester United, they want to have rivals with other teams. But as far as the two biggest clubs, yeah, I'm in there.
So I disagree. I could probably name you three off the top of the hat which are bigger, right? Celtic versus Rangers.
They played the other week and no one knew they was on. But go on, carry on.
So how did you know then?
I was told. I was told by a Hearts fan. There you go, like, you know what I mean?
Galatasaray Fenerbahce. River Plate Boca.
Where are they in the league? Where are they in the league? Fenerbahce, like they're in the Europa League.
Yeah, but Tottenham finished
17th
last
mighty
season.
Tottenham Hotspur in the Champions League, Europa League winners. They're playing against Arsenal, massive club.
The quality in the North London derby isn't great. There's a lot of kicking, a lot of yellow cards, a lot of controversies. When you're talking about most, and I think you mean most competitive, most heated, the fans really hate each other, then Celtic and Rangers for me.
I agree. I agree with the Celtic and Rangers thing because of what goes on and all that lot. But the standard of the Celtic and Rangers has dropped. So I think with the Premier League and as it is with Arsenal and Spurs. Arsenal, you know, we know about Arsenal. Spurs have been maintaining that they're not down the bottom now. They're up there challenging for trophies, challenging for the Champions League. It makes it a spicy game. And I just think everybody's a little bit more interested in that game nowadays, you know. I'm not being
always watch
There was
it.
Milan and AC Milan, but that sort of dropped off a little bit of the standard. I just think with the Premier League and the way things are, the Arsenal-Spurs game is still a massive game and it's getting bigger and bigger.
It is a massive game, and I'm not saying it's not in the top 5 in the world. Your statement was it was number 1. For me, Celtic Rangers, Fenerbahce Gala, River Boca are all bigger, more hated
and when was
rivalries.
the last time you watched one of them?
That wasn't the question, Lee.
Well, no. Get in there! Yeah, see you later, Alex. Hang on. He agreed with me. He said, I agree, they're not the biggest.
My name's Nick and I'm a Man United fan. Lee, if you would have said that the North London derby, is the biggest rivalry, biggest derby in the Premier League, there's a conversation to be had. But what sport do Barcelona and Real Madrid play? It is by far the biggest rivalry, the most watched, the most prestigious derby rivalry in the world, and not much comes close.
Did you take geography at school?
Rivalry, derby. Okay, it's not a derby, but it's a rivalry. But it's a rivalry. It's a rivalry.
Madrid, Barcelona are not in the same town, not in the same thing. I'm sorry.
It is a rivalry. Hold on. No. Wait there. Hold on a second. Let me land. When you were talking to Alex, did you not reference Man United and Liverpool?
No,
so it's a rivalry. It is a rivalry.
I said Manchester United versus Manchester City is the derby.
You referenced Man United and Liverpool.
But Manchester United will rather use Liverpool as their rivalry. So Manchester City and Manchester United is not a big rivalry. Everton and Liverpool is the same town, but it's not used as a big rivalry for Liverpool fans because they rather think of Man United. That's what my point.
But it's still a rivalry, and it's the biggest in the world.
No, sorry, mate.
Fucking, that was easy. That was easy, that one. Oh, look, I've got Brighton fan now.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, what's it? You can't have him talking about fucking derbies.
Yes, I can.
That's
Here we
why
go.
I've sat here. We don't got one.
Right, I'm Ben, I'm a Brighton fan. I know exactly about rivalries. Brighton Palace is not a derby, it's a rivalry because we're separated by Gatwick
We're not
Airport.
talking about
It's
rivalries.
El Gatwick Co. Yeah, I
We're
know,
not
but I'm just
taking
making the
rivalry.
point for what we were
It's
talking about
derby.
then. You're wrong. Yes.
Derby.
I'm
Where
going
we
to tell
come
you
from.
the biggest derby, the most famous derby in the world, Boca Juniors versus River Plate. They've played so many times where it's been cancelled. In my head, rivalry
how many
and
times-
derbies, it's
who's
all about
won the
fans
most?
going at each other. It's
How
fierce.
many
They
games
hate
have
each
you
other.
watched that?
Huh?
How many games have you watched?
So many, mate.
How many
Yeah, I
live
love it.
games have you
I'll
watched?
stay up. I'll stay
How
up.
many times you stayed up at 2 o'clock in the
Listen.
morning
They've
to
had
watch
games
that game?
cancelled because it's so fierce that they hate each other that much.
How do you know?
Because I've seen a Copper 90 documentary. Shout out, you should watch it. It's unbelievable.
Oh, you watched a documentary?
Yes, and it's fact. It's the
I
biggest.
thought it was a football game. But there you go.
If you know ball knowledge outside the Premier League and outside North London, you know that's the right answer. Thank you very much.
Have you just forfeit? Have
He
you just
gave up!
forfeit?
He gave up! He gave up! Oh, no, I'm not having a Chelsea fan come on.
No, hang on. Hello, my name's Louis and I'm a Chelsea fan. Now, Lee, first thing I'm going to say to you, I don't have a horse in this race because we don't have a derby, if I'm being very honest. You speak to most Chelsea fans, some will say, well, we don't. Some will say Arsenal.
Where's Chelsea then?
Well, Chelsea, it's in SW6, but what I'm
It's
saying
all-
is...
so
No,
it's
but
Fulham not
hang
there?
on.
It's Fulham not
Hang on,
there?
Lee, let me make
It's
my
Fulham
point.
not there?
Lee,
I will
and then
do,
you
but
can come
I was
back.
just asking the
Well, no,
question.
because Lee, you're not letting me finish. So let me
Okay.
finish, and then you can come back. What I'm saying is, in terms of... You just talked about, for example, how Liverpool want to look at Manchester United, right? For Chelsea and Fulham, which you're talking about, Chelsea fans don't really consider it a derby. It's not really something we look forward to or look for in the calendar. It's something where Chelsea, you can speak to a lot of Chelsea fans, they'll go, oh, it'll be Spurs, or it'll be Arsenal, or it'll be United, or it'll be Liverpool. We don't really have one which everyone universally says, this is our derby. So that's why I don't have a horse in the race. When it comes to what you're talking about, for you, what are the facets, so the different things to piece together that make it a derby? And I'm not just talking about the actual game itself. What are the things that make it a derby for you?
Am I at school or something?
I know it's a big word, mate. Keep up.
It's just a lesson in what?
It's the one to start to answer the question. The facets are different things.
Facet?
Facets,
A
yeah.
facet? It's a football game, not a facet.
No. So talk to me about the different things that make it a rivalry for you. 'Cause it's
Two
not
of
just
the
on the
biggest
pitch.
clubs in
It's not just on the
England
pitch.
play. Listen, I think like there's London's a massive city.
Right.
Massive. Two of the biggest clubs in England. Definitely the two biggest clubs in London going head to head. Like, you know what I mean? You know, you've just admitted that because you ain't got no rivalry.
Different conversation, but, you know,
And you'd
say
love
that.
to have that rivalry with Arsenal and Spurs.
Of course
It's
we
there. Listen, at the end of the day, you jump on board, you Chelsea fans, you try to jump on and say that it's Spurs and all that.
You've
like,
not answered my
you've got
question.
Fulham.
Answer
what
my
is the
question. When it comes to rivalries and that derby, out of the pitch, what makes it the derby for you? I'm not just talking about the 90 minutes. Outside of that, what is it?
It's the rivalry of being brought up Arsenal, Spurs, North versus South, North London, everything like that. It's
Right.
massive.
So geography, what else? There's be other things. History, okay.
Always been playing like, you know, you've had little derbies, you've had derby games against Fulham in Division 2. We've never had that. It's been Premier League and Division 1.
I mean, Herbert
like,
Chapman did
like,
buy his way into the first
Spurs
division, but, you know.
unfortunately got relegated for 1 year, like, you know, that's happened to a lot more times than that with Chelsea. But at the end of the day, it's massive games, two massive clubs going at. And we, as Arsenal fans, as Tottenham fans, we don't say, oh, we want a rivalry with Chelsea, we want a rivalry with Man United, we want a rivalry with Liverpool. We've got it.
Have you, by the way, have you noticed how he's not answered my question at any point here and he just decided to go on the offensive?
I've not gone on the offensive once.
No, are you sure? No, fine, continue.
Arsenal and Chelsea's massive, it's like massive club.
So-
Arsenal versus Spurs is massive. It's got a history, it's got everything else. What you say?
So you want to talk about history? We've just spoke about Real Madrid, Barcelona, right?
They don't come from the
Hang
same
on,
town. I
hang
don't
on,
know if you want to take
hang on,
geography, but I can
hang
quite
on.
let's say.
That's fine.
Barcelona's up in the north, if I believe it, and Madrid's in the middle. Like,
Well, hang on. When it comes to that, there's more than certain things. You've talked about history and derbies, right?
What is a
If you
derby?
wanna-
No, Blue, I'm
do you wanna-
going to be honest. What is
no,
a derby?
if you want to let me
What
finish,
is a derby?
if you want to let me finish my point, I can tell you.
Oh, go on then.
Fantastic.
I'm interested
right.
to know.
So,
I've asked you what a derby is.
Okay, you done? Cool. So when it comes to derbies, it can be different things. It can't just be geographical. There are other things as well, other facets. You talked about history. Barcelona, Real Madrid, it comes down to when it comes to... Do you want me to finish? Do you want me to answer your question?
No, because I'm not on about like what's between Real Madrid.
You've just
like,
asked me
There's a massive rivalry
you just
between
asked
Arsenal
me-
and Man United, but it's not a derby.
No, but you just asked me what a derby is.
See you later. I've
not
won
a
this.
derby.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. You can't go Real Madrid. What? Am I right?
Well, it depends, mate. If you let someone finish their point, you
No,
might find
can't.
out.
It's not
It's
a
not
derby.
a derby. It's just not a derby.
It is
It's not a derby.
It is.
Arsenal United is not a derby either.
No, but it's political when it comes down to Real Madrid.
Yeah, but that's not a derby.
Well, it is,
it's
derbies
the
can be
biggest
more than
rivalry.
just about location.
Not a derby. That's the end of the honours.
My name's Nick. I'm a Man United fan, and I believe Bruno Fernandes is the best midfielder in the Premier League right now. And honestly, it's not that close.
Utter bollocks.
That's disgusting.
My name's Jack, big Arsenal fan, and so you think Bruno Fernandes is the best midfielder in the Premier League right now, and it's not even close.
Correct.
Do you know who Declan Rice is?
Yes, I do.
And
He's
so
a
why-
very good. He's world class.
So what makes you think Bruno is better?
Bruno, the things that Bruno is very good at, the things that compared to what Declan Rice is at, Bruno can still do assets of what Declan Rice can do.
Again,
there are so many. I said assets. There are so many things that Bruno can do that Declan Rice cannot. Declan Rice is playing in a team that is currently going to go and win the Premier League in a very good.
Thank you for reminding me.
Don't say that.
In a team which is full of world-class players. Bruno Fernandes is playing for Man United. Since he's come in 2020, he's played for 3 permanent managers and about 3 interims.
So you're saying
it's
Bruno's
a mess
been playing,
and he's still unreal.
So he's been playing for a bad team. So you're saying it's not as easy for him as it is Rice at a good team. But Declan Rice was doing this at West Ham. This is not a new thing. Declan Rice has been doing it at West Ham.
These conversations we're now having about Declan Rice, we didn't have these conversations
because
about him when he was at West Ham. He was very good. I agree, he was very good.
Yeah.
But he's come levels since being at Arsenal, a very good club.
So your point is that Declan Rice has only been able to show it now that he's at a good club. Yeah. So all the stuff that Bruno's been doing, it's been against bottom of the league. So you're not in Europe. Declan Rice is out here doing it against Real Madrid and teams like PSG, teams like this. Bruno's doing it against Brighton.
Bruno turns up against you boys constantly. He turns up against Man City. He turns up
constantly.
He
When
has
was-
done
other than the free
enough
kick, what other
times.
game?
Enough times.
Hang on,
He's
no,
turned
no,
up
no,
against
no, no,
Liverpool.
no,
He
list us.
turns up in
When?
big games. He
When?
does turn up in
When
big
was
games.
the last time Bruno did something
Other than
against
free kick,
Arsenal?
list us the game.
He scored a free kick against you for 1-1 last
1-1.
season.
So he drew.
Yes, but look at our side.
You're calling him the
Look at
best
our
in the
team.
league. You're calling him the best in the league.
Declan Rice would not be near as good as he is at Arsenal as he is at Man United. Facts. You cannot argue that, bro.
Why not?
Because have you noticed we're not very good?
You're not very.
We're not very good. Yeah. Do you know what's hilarious, right? I'll throw this stat at you, right? It's a fun stat. Most would say that De Bruyne is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. Am I right?
Correct, because he's won the
Right.
Premier League,
He has,
Champions
correct.
League. Bruno hasn't.
He averages 0.68
Oh,
goal
bro, we don't want
contribution.
XG. Boom.
It's not XG. It's not XG. It's not XG.
What is this? Get him out of it.
It's
man. Get him out
not
of it.
XG. It's not XG. Goal contributions. I didn't say XG.
I
don't know
don't
where
care
you got
if
XG
Bruno
from.
has the best
Goals
0.0
and assists,
whatever.
0.68 for Kevin De Bruyne, 0.66 for Bruno. He's basically missing by a hair. He might improve it, and he plays for a team that, let's be honest, has struggled since he got there. You refer
because
to De Bruyne as one of the best
why
in
doesn't
the
he go
world
to a better team?
because he picked the better project and the better career path, not because he's miles better than Bruno Fernandes.
He's miles better.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Even
fine.
if he is, is he in the Premier League right now? Is he in the Premier League right now? Is he in the Premier League right now?
Who? Declan Rice?
No, De Bruyne.
De Bruyne? No.
No, so I'm not having. So you came with me, Declan Rice. Declan Rice is not currently. He plays for a better team. He's not a better.
But he's had better performances against better teams than Bruno Fernandes. That's correct.
That's
Well,
such
Declan
a-
Rice has played better against a better level of opponent than Bruno Fernandes has.
Bruno Fernandes turns up against big sides all the time,
Like who?
every season.
When?
Every Liverpool.
When?
What, he
No,
hasn't
when?
turned up against you.
What, once this season?
Anfield, he was very good. Man City on the
First
weekend,
time-
he was
first
very
time
good.
Where did he
in
finish
12
last season?
years.
Brother, you want to talk about finishes? Yeah, talk about Man United. I'm talking about Bruno
Fernandes. But if the
Yes.
player is that good, he would carry them up the table, no?
Come on, man. What we
But
doing
why?
here?
You're
What
not
we
in a-
doing
you're not
here?
in a
Fine,
crap squad.
Fine. Then why did Gerrard not win a Premier League?
Why did Gerrard? I don't know. I'm arguing about Bruno.
Because he was one man in a bad team, same as
But
Bruno.
Bruno's playing with
Still won
quality.
trophies, though.
Quality.
He's
players.
playing with quality. That
He's
is-
played with quality players.
He's played with quality
A
in
bad
moments.
project, a
but
bad
let's be-
project, I agree
It's been a
with you.
mess. It's been a mess.
I
You
just
know
think
it's been
it's
a mess.
not an argument. Declan Rice has done it against Real Madrid, Chelsea, Tottenham, whoever you want to name
Bruno
a club in the
Fernandes
world.
does it against big
Declan
sides
Rice
all the
has
time.
done it.
Does
Bruno
it-
Rice
does
hasn't.
it against big sides
Bruno
all the time.
hasn't. Where has Bruno been this season?
Bro, behind Haaland and Igor Thiago, he has the most goal contributions this season. So
And where are
he's
you in
been
the league?
performing.
But where are you in the league? Well,
Where was he in the Europa League final against Spurs?
Brother, what do you want?
Where
He's
was he?
one man. He's one man on his Jack Jones. What do you want him to do?
Fucking hell, lad, let's have some right now.
I'm Welsh. I'm Kai. I'm an Everton fan. So you mentioned stats, you mentioned goal involvement. Bruno Fernandes, he's been really good for 5 seasons before this. This season, he ranks worst for passes into the final third and passes into the box. How can he be better if he's the worst he's ever been?
How do you like them apples?
Hey, yeah,
How do you like them apples? How do you like them apples?
Go.
Spin it
His-
up, hey, don't body out with
You
the
good?
champion.
You good? You had your fun? You good? His worst that he's ever been, he's still the leading assists for this season. He's still leading by 2. So you're saying that he's his worst ever been? Fine. He's his worst he's ever been. He's still better than any midfielder in the Premier League, and the numbers prove it. So cool. He's worst ever been. He's still got the most assists this season. And the amount of chances that he creates that other players miss is hysterical. So his numbers should be better than they are. And not just this season, throughout the season, he's setting it up for a man like Højlund and Garnacho. Allow him, bro.
Garnacho, this season,
Huh?
Garnacho's gone, man.
Yeah, I'm saying in seasons gone by, I'm saying his numbers in general.
Yeah.
You want to talk about this season, fine, but I'm talking in seasons gone by, his numbers in general should be better because if he was playing with better quality players like Declan Rice's, his numbers would improve, his performances would improve, his trophy cabinet would improve. But he's picked the wrong project.
So I don't think a player who can be considered a problem in the previous system can be the best midfielder in the league.
He wasn't a problem.
In the double pivot.
He put up numbers.
There was questions.
He put up numbers. Hold on, you lot are silly. What are you lot clapping about?
No,
My man's a 10 who played deep and still balled out and still put up numbers, and you lot want to clap. What are you clapping? He was playing out of position, and he was still unreal. What is the argument?
So unreal, you're chilling in 15th. Cool,
Come chat to me. Come chat to me.
No, it's an embarrassing take.
It's not embarrassing, bro. It's not embarrassing. He's by far the best midfielder in the league.
If you speak about assists, that's one thing. But if you go into all-down midfielders, there are better players, pound for pound, like Caicedo, Rodri, won a Ballon d'Or, didn't get assists.
Rodri's been off it this season. You can't really talk about Rodri this season. Caicedo, I agree with you. He's unreal. He's world class, but he has off games every now and then, and he makes bad decisions. No. Not to the same degree as Caicedo. Caicedo's getting sent off and making big mistakes that Bruno Fernandes, in my opinion, doesn't make. Bruno Fernandes' consistency is there in a way that Caicedo's yet isn't. He might get to a point where he does. He's still young. He's only, 23? He's got time. But he shows a level of consistency that Caicedo doesn't.
Get me in.
Oh, I disagree.
Okay, right.
You can do this. You got it.
You used XG, I used big words. So
I didn't use XG.
Okay.
I didn't use
listen,
XG.
listen,
it was goal contributions.
it's all right.
It's factual. It's factual. Goals and assists.
You saying my big words aren't factual, they're in a dictionary. Anyway, you've contradicted yourself on several occasions throughout this conversation. Yep. You just talked about Caicedo not being consistent enough or getting sent off. Bruno Fernandes has been sent off several times in his career for petulant behaviour. We can also talk about when he said he's good in the six, whatever, puts out performances. Is that why you're looking at Carlos Baleba in the summer? Is that why you're signing him, Bruno Fernandes, and several other players
to play alongside him, not to replace him?
To play him in the double pivot in terms
Bruno.
of in Amorim's system in the 3-4-3.
Yes.
Is that why consistently it was raised that he should be playing further forward by people that are both
he should have been playing further forward, but Amorim put him there and he was still good and he still put up numbers. He should have been in the 10, you're right, but he played in the 6, he played in the 8, and he was still putting up very good performances, and you know that to be true. So.
Hey, I didn't say he wasn't putting out good performances. He's not the best midfielder in the Premier League, which was the state is. Declan Rice is. And Declan Rice, based on you said in worse teams and worse performances, he took West Ham to a European trophy. Do you know how hard that is?
Conference League. Stop calling it.
Doesn't matter. Is it a European trophy?
It really does.
Is it a European trophy?
It is a European trophy, but
okay,
it's a
so
Conference League, bro.
why have you just,
look at the level of opponent. Look, first of all, give David Moyes his flowers.
I'm not saying I'm not.
First of all, give David Moyes his flowers because that conference win was hugely down to David Moyes because they have fallen off ever since. He was very good in that. I'm not denying that he's a world-class midfielder. I'm just saying Bruno Fernandes right now is better.
But he just isn't. That is mental.
Right, I'm Alex, Liverpool fan, and I believe you can't be considered a truly great European club if you haven't won a European Cup.
Actually, Sports Barnet.
I'll ignore that.
Oh, hello, Alex.
Hello, mate, you're right.
What a load of old crap that statement is, isn't it? Like,
I'm surprised you think that.
It's a cup competition. Not always the best teams win the
as we've done in the past.
I think Liverpool in 2005, you can argue that. Also, I can argue with Chelsea when they didn't even make the Champions League and they won it, so there's a little bit of luck involved. Also, if it wasn't for Liverpool, Arsenal and Everton would have won the Champions League because we was banned from Europe at that time when we was a very, very good side, not giving us the opportunity to win the European Cup. Thank you very much. So at the end of the day, it's still a cup competition.
It's a cop competition, you're right.
If we're going to go on statements and all that, we're going to have to go. You're going to have to bring Nottingham Forest into this equation.
Listen.
And Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And Aston Villa, by the way, by everybody in here, wouldn't put them on the table as a top 6 club. I do.
I'm not saying top 6. What my argument is, to win Europe's most elite competition, you go into a pantheon that's above everyone else. So Manchester United, obviously Liverpool won it 6 times. Manchester United, Chelsea, Man City. Spurs have got to a final a lot more recently than you have. Benfica have got it over the line. Ajax won 3 in a row. Madrid won 6 in a row. Barcelona. Unless you're on that elite list, and it does take you up, and listen, Arsenal, fantastic football club, 3rd biggest team in this country for sure, right? If we're going off trophies. The fact that you haven't won a European Cup means you don't have the key to unlock the door to come and sit round a table with AC Milan, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Inter Milan, Ajax, Benfica, Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, Man City. Like, you can't sit at that table.
I don't want to sit at a table with Nottingham Forest fans.
Well, you can't get in anyway.
Oh, there you go.
What do you mean, there you go? So hang on. So you don't want to win the Champions League then?
We want to win the Champions League. But as I'm saying, at the end of the day, you've got to have a little bit of luck. You've got to have a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And also, you've got to be like a team. You know, Chelsea would never have won the European Cup if they hadn't bought it, and nor would Manchester City. Like, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day.
But there's levels, and they're not at the top level either.
Liverpool,
they've won it, but not.
There was times when clubs won it when they wasn't even involved in it. Like, you know, it's just listen. I think it's glorified. It's fantastic to win it. It ain't the end and all of it. Like, you know,
try and
Liverpool,
win one.
as you always say, like you're always going on about that because you got one over Man United on that as well. Like, you know,
3,
it's not
actually.
all about that. Like,
Got 3 more than them.
So, well, yeah,
3
more.
more.
I've got 3 more than them.
Well, you've got none.
I've got bigger balls than you. It don't matter, does it? Like, you know what I mean? It comes down to it. It's just still a big club whether you've won it or not.
And look, I agree because there's.
Thank you. That's the end of the argument. Thank you.
I am Jack. I'm an Arsenal fan, and I just want to go back to the statement you just made to Lee. I think it was that just so I'm clear. You can't be a big European club if you haven't won a European Cup. Is your statement?
To be in the elite category.
Elite category.
Because you can be big, but you can be one of the best ever.
But you need a European Cup.
There's a big difference.
I agree. You need a
There's
European
a big
Cup.
difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
Arsenal are a great football club. They're a big football club.
But to be above the elite, you need a European Cup, don't you?
That's my
I agree.
argument.
So Alan Smith.
What?
Alan Smith.
What about
Smudgy.
him?
First Cup.
Which one?
European Cup. Arsenal have won one. So obviously Arsenal are there. So
What year are we talking?
you've not specified
The fact
years.
that you said Alan Smith, I was thinking of Leeds Alan Smith. Didn't even think of your one.
Yeah, so
Bro.
we've won a European Cup, so that's fine because we can talk about West Ham and their
we're not
Conference
doing
League.
European. You haven't even won a Europa League, let alone a Conference League.
Yeah, but we've won a European Cup. The
the
argument
Champions.
isn't.
Okay, Champions League. Have you won that?
But now you've changed the argument because it was European Cup
No, but
and your
the old
statement
school
with Lee.
that I adhere to, they call the European Cup, or the Champions League. Don't get technical.
But it was
You
a
haven't
cup
won
that
it
was played
anyway.
in Europe. It was a cup that was played in
Yeah,
Europe
but bro,
that
I've
we won.
I've played in Holland in the summer in a charity game and I won it. Have I got a European Cup then?
Well, that wasn't your argument. Your argument wasn't you have to win the Champions League. Your argument was European Cup.
Yes, but I call the Champions League European Cup because when we won it in 77,
Okay, so your argument
78,
is you have to
80
win the
and
Champions
81.
League.
No, it must be the elite European trophy, which is
The Champions League.
Have you won it?
But I'm asking
No.
you, is your question the Champions League? Because when you
Yes,
said to Lee,
okay,
it
we'll
was
do that
European
then.
Cup.
The European Cup is the Champions League. If you don't know that, then I can't really help you.
Yeah,
bro.
no, of course. I know the Champions League is the elite one, but have Arsenal won a European Cup? Have they? Have that? I'm asking, you're not answering my question. Have Arsenal won a European
This is a
Cup?
waste of time.
Get him
Absolute
out.
waste
Get
of
him off.
time.
Get him off.
Come on.
Off you go, man.
You wouldn't
You're out of here.
Right, you all right, mate?
Right there.
Yeah. Do you not have to be a big club? You need to win the Champions League, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right, cool, sweet. That's what I need to know. Thank you.
No, I respect it. I respect it.
My name is Jack. I'm an Arsenal fan, and I believe that Mikel Arteta is the best manager in the world right now.
Oh, God. Fabian Hurtzler is the best manager in the world.
Yeah, thank you. Can I go now? Jack, he's not the best manager in the world
Why not?
right now because he relies on a set-piece coach. He's the best manager in the world.
What? What's that got to do with
That's
anything?
all you score, own goals and set pieces.
So we only-
Who manages that?
So when did they say set pieces don't count?
Yeah, but who manages that? Not Mikel Arteta.
Well, he's the manager. So he employed the set piece coach.
Yeah, he's employed him, fair play, but he doesn't
So that's
take the
fair play.
credit.
So okay, so he's employed an amazing set piece coach. What next? Why is he not the best manager?
Because he employs the players. The players score for him, get assists for him. That's not his credit. The players do that.
Okay, so why are Man United not good? Because they've got good players, but a crap system and a crap project and a crap manager.
they
Because
don't
we
have
have a good manager. That's why our good players play good.
You have a
I.e.
good set-piece coach.
Bruno doesn't play well because he plays in the
You have
bad.
a good set-piece coach, and that's it. Arteta's a Ronaldo.
Okay, so who's a better manager than Arteta?
Can name Pep Guardiola is a better
Right now,
manager?
obviously, I'm talking about right now. Obviously, history. Obviously, Arteta's not been around as long. Guardiola's won multiple Champions Leagues in the past. But I'm talking about right now. Why is Pep Guardiola a better manager than Arteta right now?
Right now? Well, okay, maybe not Pep. Well, Pep Guardiola as well, but Arteta's not a good manager.
But you haven't named me any other names.
well, come on, come on over here.
Don't get involved with the big boys.
My name's Brendan. I'm a Chelsea fan. So you say that Arteta is the best
manager in the world right now, yes.
Right now. How can an individual be the best manager in the world if he has not won a trophy to prove that he's the best manager in the world?
Okay, wait, hold on. Pause. So yeah, can you repeat that last bit? How can he be a good manager if he hasn't won a trophy?
If he hasn't won a trophy with his own squad.
Okay, cool. So
change up there.
Okay, can we change?
Chelsea.
Because I'd like to remind you that Arteta has won the FA Cup. So there you go. He has won a trophy.
Yes, he's won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
With
So he won a trophy.
Unai Emery's squad.
And
And cool. And since then,
So that Unai Emery squad was getting slapped about.
The context is important.
Was getting slapped about. Arteta took it over, beat Man City.
The context is important.
Okay, context.
That was what, 6 years ago?
Yeah,
or 5.5 years ago.
But you didn't say.
Cool. Okay,
recently.
we didn't
you
say.
said
But
does Arteta ever won a
we're here
trophy?
now. We're here in the
Yes.
present. That's in the past. We're in the present now.
Present. I agree.
We're in the present right now.
This season, yeah.
5.5 years ago is your last trophy.
Yep.
Okay. We're not going to consider the Community Shield's trophy. It's not.
No, I don't either. That's fine.
Cool. Fantastic. We can agree on that. So, how can you say that for the past 5.5 years?
I didn't say 5.5 years. I said right now.
How can you say since 5.5 years ago you have not won anything? And how can he?
But I
and
didn't say that.
And how can he be?
That's not my argument.
And how can he be?
My argument is Arteta is the
Arsenal.
best manager in the world
But
right
how
now.
can he be right now if he hasn't won anything?
Okay,
to
who's
prove that
better?
he is right
Who's
now?
better? Well, he has won something FA Cup, but who's better manager than him right
I
now?
would believe Enzo Maresca's better than him.
You believe Enzo Maresca, a guy who just got sacked? He's saying a guy
Chelsea
who
are a
just got
different
sacked.
institution than Arsenal.
He just got sacked.
Chelsea are a different institution than
Sacked,
Arsenal.
sacked, sacked,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Chelsea sack managers for fun. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make no sense. Let me go. It makes no sense. How can I use that?
Brendan, I've got you. Just sit down. It's okay. Sit down. I've got you. No, okay, let's not do this. All right.
Oh, well, before we start, I just want to
Let
say.
us back.
No,
Let us
hang on.
back.
Okay, go on.
Before we start, just one quick thing. The first guy who came up here has asked for help, and the second guy's named just sacked manager. So can we please have a good argument? Why is Mikel Arteta not the best manager in the world right
Does
now?
Luis Enrique not exist?
Yes, he does exist.
Cool.
Have you been watching Luis Enrique lately?
Luis Enrique,
Yeah.
let's go through
It's currently
this, right?
third in the league. Yeah.
Hang on. Luis Enrique, the point with Mikel Arteta, no doubt, right now, he's doing an excellent job with Arsenal, right? But at the end of the day, you're making a very Spursy argument because what you need to do to prove the quality of a coach is have something to back it up, right? Having a league position in whatever month we're in, right, is great, but things could go horribly wrong. Who
I
knows?
agree.
So it might happen, right? So, with all that being said, what you've just said there is basically you need a trophy to back up, right?
I don't believe that's the only thing
You
need.
don't need a trophy to back up. if
No,
you're a
I
good
said I don't
coach.
believe that's the only thing you need.
Okay, so tell me all the things you need. and
Because
we'll work through
for
it.
example, at Chelsea, Roberto Di Matteo won a trophy and was sacked recently after because winning that trophy is great,
Yep.
but as a manager, he wasn't great. You
True.
could talk about where Arsenal were when Arteta took over, banned to clubs, slapped 6, 4, 8 multiplayer across weeks. Hasn't happened once since Arteta got his squad together. As someone mentioned before, he had Unai Emery squad in the first 2 years. He's got to Champions League semi-final.
Okay.
The first time Arsenal have got there in, 20 years.
Okay.
So he's shown progression at a club that don't normally hang out with the elite. We're slapping up Real Madrid. We're giving PSG, the team that won the Champions League, a competitive game. Years ago, we would get slapped about. We'd never get to that stage. We got knocked out in the round of 16 every year.
So the points you've just hang on,
man
just-
management.
That's great.
I was naming the points. I can go more.
No, so but let's go off of those, right? So what you've just said there is a build-up, right?
Yep. That's why I said right now, not over the past 10 years.
No, but then
because,
you
of course,
okay,
Guardiola would be-
of course. But then you're saying to get to where he is right now, there has to be a build-up.
Yep.
Right. Hence why when I say Luis Enrique, the man has won the Champions League with 2 different clubs.
Yeah, but this was years ago. I'm talking about right now.
It was-
This
it was-
season, right now, this season,
Hang on,
Luis
no, but you
Enrique's
just-
had a
what
poor
I'm
season.
saying- what I'm
PSG
saying
are low in
is-
the Champions League table. They're third in the league to a club, what was I think, Marseille are above them, and I can't remember the other club. The other club at the top, Lens or something might be top. He's got the biggest budget in the league. He's got the highest wage bill in the league. He's got Ousmane Dembele, the Ballon d'Or winner in his team, and he's third in the league.
Okay, but the points you've just made completely counteract what you just said, because yes, he could be the best manager in the league right now.
Yeah.
I could technically go and manage Chelsea, because I mean, let's be honest, anyone could at the minute. And if I got Chelsea to win 6-0 against Arsenal, I'm the best manager in the league right now. That's a 5 minutes.
Well, no, because you're like fifth.
No, but what I'm saying is, but then but
We're
you said right
first.
now, but then you
Yeah,
so
right
what
now,
you're-
we're
what you're
first.
saying- Right now, but the whole point is saying right now.
Yeah,
right
Arteta is the
now,
best.
you're talking about.
Well done, Jack.
you.
Well done, Jack. Well done, Jack. Well done, Jack.
Three of the best. We made them play.
Super Mikel Arteta.
So are you saying that Mikel Arteta is the best on the premise of them winning a lot of games?
I'm saying he's the best manager in the world right now across, like you said, not just trophies, not just winning
Because
games,
they're winning a
across
lot of
as
games.
a manager.
Because they're winning games, though.
No.
That's the bottom line, right?
No, because at the start I knew Arteta was a good manager when he wasn't winning games, because it was the way he dealt with the squad, the way he dealt with the fans, the things he's done with the club. That is all part of being a manager, not a head coach like Chelsea used to with head coaches and.
But if he
getting
wasn't
told what
winning
to do.
games, he wouldn't be the best manager.
Well, of course not.
So Unai Emery beat him this season.
Yeah, and
Makes him the best
Unai
manager.
Emery's won less games this season. He's below him in the league.
With a worse squad, with a squad that costs less.
Yeah, but he tried it with a squad that cost more and came even lower in the league than Arteta did a worse job. He got given the same amount of keys that Arteta was gone. He had a big budget, £72 million on Pepe, and he bottled it. He didn't get us anywhere near to a top team fight.
You
So
can
he's
make
had
the
that
same
squad.
point about
Arteta's been given the
Havertz,
exact same.
Gyökeres.
Arteta's been given the same ropes as Emery and done better jobs. So that's Emery out the window. Who's next?
Emery's third with Aston Villa. He's
Yeah.
made them in contention to be a big 6 team.
They always have. They won
Arteta wouldn't have done that at
multiple
Aston Villa.
Who?
He would-
Arteta
he wouldn't have done that
But we
at
wouldn't
Aston
know
Villa.
because he's not done it. But what we do know is that Unai Emery has managed at Arsenal and did a worse job than Mikel Arteta, factually. Didn't win a trophy, got battered in a final, came 5th in the league. Arteta's keeping us as title contenders for the past 4 years. Champions League
Kai,
semi-finals.
this guy said the Fairs Cup is the European trophy. Don't worry about it. We got your back in, mate.
Being a title contender, everyone's a title contender.
I agree. It's not, you need to win. You need to win as well. But that's what I'm saying right now. I'm not saying about 3 years ago when Guardiola was winning everything. So who is right now? Just give me a name. Just give me a name.
I'm going to die on the Unai Emery hill, man. He's third.
So you think Unai Emery is the best manager in the world right now?
If you're going off the premise of title contenders...
Yes or no? Is Unai Emery the best manager in the world right now?
Now we're still going to title contenders.
Wow, I need a yes or no.
You were saying yourself, Arsenal fans were saying themselves,
So
you
if
watch
it's not
out for
Arteta,
Aston Villa
who is it?
results because
If
you're
it's not
worried about
Arteta,
them.
Who is it? If it's not Arteta, who is it?
Luis Enrique.
Let me go. I beg you, let me go.
Who?
I beg you, let me go.
I can't hear the names. They're talking.
Can I go?
Unai Emery.
You can do better than
The
that.
man, he beat you this season. You could not cope with him. I watched that game.
Yeah,
After it, Arteta, he was lost for words.
But United have lost to Grimsby. It
beat them
happens.
4-1.
Yeah, it's happening.
It happens.
We beat them 4-1.
Yeah, the last time Arsenal played Aston Villa, we slapped them 4-1 in their heaviest defeat of the season. They couldn't touch the ball.
You're going to have bad
There we go, mate. There we go. What more?
And he cried against Everton.
Come on. You got better than that.
Well done, Jack. Well done, Jack. That's
let me
a
go
better
one
than
more.
well. You don't work easy.
It's a whitewash. Here we go. Ten Hag.
Don't you come here and say Bruno Fernandes is a better manager.
Right.
Ruben Amorim.
This is the wrong person to sense this argument.
My name's Nick, and I'm a Man United fan. Right. First of all, I'll give him his compliments because he's on the cusp of doing something really great. To go from where Arsenal were, finishing 8th, banter club, etc., to challenging and going to win it now, fair play. He's going to enter that realm of managers that you're talking about, right? But first of all, you can't dismiss Luis Enrique just because PSG are in a bit of bad form. He's just off the back of a treble. He won the Champions League with PSG, which is something they've never been able to do, despite the amount of money they flooded into the club. Right?
How much money, by the way?
I
give a rough figure. I don't expect you to know.
You spend money. Everyone spends. Every big club spends money.
Club spends money.
Okay, Pep Guardiola, fine. Pep Guardiola aside.
Enrique is one that's spent more than most across all clubs he's been at.
Brother,
From Celta Vigo.
Brother, you spend money. I don't want to hear it.
I've said we spend money.
So we can't talk about money because you both spend money, right?
Okay, cool.
He's done great things with PSG, so you cannot dismiss him. But fine, even if you
right now he's third.
Right now, there's a man called Hansi Flick at Barcelona who's just won a trophy. He's first in La Liga, probably going to win. He's going to be very competitive in the Champions League. Tell me why a man who has won the treble with Bayern Munich, won a trophy already this season, tell me why Mikel Arteta is better than Hansi Flick right now.
We're talking about Hansi Flick as a manager, right? This season right now. Okay, what has Hansi Flick done with his defence? What's a big key point about Barcelona right now? No, I'm asking you a question. I've answered all your questions.
What does Hansi Flick do? What's Arteta done with the forward line?
No.
You guys win by conceding less. They win by scoring more.
Okay,
they still win.
So when Barcelona have come up against a team that are physical and actually attack their back line, what's happened?
Brother, they lose games. So
they lose games. We've only lost two. We've only lost two. We don't lose games. We've lost two.
We'll get to two is plural, so you have lost games.
We lost two all season.
But wait.
Community Shield, but apparently you can't.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to Community Shield.
When you're talking about Barcelona, when you're talking about Barcelona losing against physical side, are you talking about this season?
Yeah.
Who?
Chelsea. They slapped them. Fairs.
But still,
brings me an argument.
my man that's won the treble in 2020, and Luis Enrique won the treble in May. You can't dismiss him. Arteta is on the cusp of being a great, but he's not there yet. He can't
talk about 5 years ago and then do that.
My man. I thought it was Michael Carrick.
And he's done it! Oh,
Yes, guys, as you can see, we've just wiped the floor with all these contestants. As you can see, the winners sat in here. We've won our debates. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe. This has been Midnite Boxed In. See you later.
Hey!